Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Night, the crypto investor channel. I'm Boris, so let's dive in. I'm with Colton today. Hello Colton.
Hey Boris, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Kryptonite channel, everyone.
All right, let's look at Polkadot today.
My first question for you today, Boris, what is new with Polkadot? What is Polkadot? And, what makes it so special?
All right, so Polkadot is one of those two blockchains that is coming up with a bunch of what they call parachains, which is basically you running the main blockchain, and then you can run side chains that can attach not only to the main chain, but also can work with each other. So you would have basically a whole bunch of chains running all over the place, and they all work within each other. And of course, the Polkadot is the main one that centralizes everything. Their biggest competitor that has kind of the same business model is Cosmos Atom. That's the other one that does that as well, which we're going to do a video next week on Cosmos. So they're proof of stake, they're level 1 blockchain, and they've been around for a few years, and they're developing quite fast. They're in the top 11. They're number 11. Currently, their coin sits at like $6.10. If we look at their all-time high, they were a year ago at $54, almost $55. And in the past 52 weeks, their lowest price was around $5. So that's pretty much, for the nuts and bolts of Polkadot. Their biggest thing being, having all those things as far as those side chains. The other thing important to note is that it was created by one of the three main creators of Ethereum.
Oh, wow.
So you had basically Vitalik, which is the guy that's still running Ethereum. You had Charles Hoskinson, who left Ethereum to go on and create Cardano. And then so Vitalik is Russian, Charles is American, and the third main guy was Gavin Wood, and he is a British programmer.
Okay.
And he left also Ethereum to go on and create Polkadot.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that information, Boris. My next question for you today is can you dive a little bit into their, history and development of, building the coin?
Sure. So like I just said, that's who the creators are. They started really in 2016, but really the DOT token, which is the name of the Polkadot token, the DOT, D-O-T, it was really in August 2020. And of course, the initial price was very low, 29 cents. They really started roughly in 2016, 2017. They raised a lot of money. They raised $150 million, very quickly in the beginning. Problem is they got 67% hacked. About 100 million got hacked and got locked in, and they couldn't use the money. So instead of using $150 million, basically they had roughly about $50 million to work with. So of course it delayed things a little bit. It hurt them at the very beginning. Really, the big recognition, of course, is when they got listed on Coinbase in June 2021. And at the initial price, you could get DOT for 29 cents per coin. So for those that bought, in August 2020 and got it for 29 cents, and then a year and a half later in November 4th, 2021, could resell it for almost $55. I mean, that was that was a very nice return. So the returns, they fluctuate, but once again, we like to compare, sometimes also the prices and everything against some of the other coins. And, the return is basically since July 2020, it's almost a 5x return against Ethereum. So doing 5 times better than Ethereum. And if you compare with Bitcoin, it's 6.46 times better than Bitcoin. So once again, as usual, altcoins, better returns, higher risks, of course, but better returns.
Yes, sir. Okay, that makes sense, Boris. Now, can you kind of dive into what's new with Polkadot and, some of their latest developments that they have, Boris?
Sure. So in some of their latest development, they are working on becoming the world's fastest blockchain. So everybody's fighting, the TPS, transaction per second, and how fast can you go? And Solana does 40, 50,000, and this one does 5, but now they're upgrading to 10, etc., etc. Now, the one thing they've announced is that they're aiming for 1 million, like Dr. Evil, 1 million transactions per second. That's their new aim now, is they're really saying we're going to be able to hit a lot more transactions. And of course, having sidechain helps, because imagine, blockchain at the end of the day, it's basically a database. So if you only have one database, even if your database is really fast, it's only going to handle so many transactions. If you start having sidechains, multiple databases, it's like having multiple lanes on a highway. Of course, you can handle a lot more traffic. So 1 million is the key number here that they're working on. They're also looking for the parachains right now to create a block on the blockchain. It takes 12 seconds. They want to reduce that down to 6 seconds. And also they want to increase the block size, so more transaction inside a block. They want to increase that by 5 to 10 folds. So they're working on really cool stuff. They're highly, highly technical. Other great thing to mention, in August, they were one of the largest as far as the number of developers and all that stuff. In September, they became the largest blockchain by number of programmers and what they've worked on, even passing Ethereum. So that's a major achievement that now you have, and that's thanks to GitHub. GitHub is basically one of the main development platform for developers. And so we know how many projects are being worked on and this and that. So that is really big news. The fact that they are becoming pretty much the one where the most programmers are working on. So lots of stuff being developed. So that was in September. And a few other things, they are doing parathreads, which is going to be a pay-as-you-go parachains where you combine, the ease of starting a blockchain. It's going to be as easy as doing a smart contract. Basically, 2-3 clicks, boom, it's done, it's created. So creating those things and using them as you need, I think that is really going to make Polkadot very, very important, because people will be able to start a project, start a parachain, bang, they use it, and in a matter of minutes, it's already set up and installed. Two other big things is, it's funny, both USDT and USDC. So on one side we have, the Tether operations, which is running USDT. And then we have Circle, which is running USDC. They both announced that they're going to expand, the circulation of, for Tether, they're launching a native Tether token on Polkadot. And then on the Circle side, they announced they are expanding the circulation of USDC on Polkadot. So two of the largest stablecoin are really reinforced. One is launching, the other one is reinforcing their positions with Polkadot and the whole Polkadot ecosystem. So very, very important stuff.
Yes, sir.
And also, it was reported, Messari, which is a leading provider of Web3 data, they reported that they measured that Polkadot is it's a network that's highly decentralized, one of the most decentralized network out there. We know how decentralization is very important for a lot of people for many reasons. Well, they announced that from their measurement, it was one of the most decentralized.
Okay, Boris, thank you very much for that information. My next question for you is, can you stake Polkadot? And can you give us some recommendations on where we should be staking Polkadot?
Sure. So basically, Polkadot is, you can stake directly, of course, on Polkadot. And if you go to their website, which, by the way, their website has a lot of cool information if you want to read more about Polkadot and the multi-chain vision for Web3, etc., etc. So go see their whole Polkadot network. But also for staking, you can stake directly on Polkadot. Roughly, they're giving you about 14.9% on average. So it's a nice reward. Currently, 51% is staked. And they have 40 nominators, 40,000 nominators.
Hey, Boris, quick question. What is a nominator?
Well, some people, they call it validators.
Okay.
On the blockchain, a nominator, it's basically like a super validator.
Okay.
So you have validators, nominators, some other blockchains, so you can stake as a nominator, but it's a trustworthy validator. That's what it is.
Okay.
You have regular validators. One thing to note as well is that whenever you stake, it's about 28 days, the lock-in period and all that kind of stuff before you can start making some money. And you need to stake a minimum of 10 DOT. Now that's if you do it, and it's for those who are putting their, let's say their dots, their Polkadots on a ledger key. It's very easy actually to, start staking, connect your ledger key and stake directly onto Polkadot. But the other one that I found that was even easier, and for those who are not, don't have a ledger key, for those that don't want to get it too complicated, there's really cool stuff, is Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet, as you might know, it's an app and you have it on your phone. It's a hot wallet. So the cool thing is whenever you stake right now, and staking on on Trust is super easy. You transfer your coins. Once your coins have arrived, you go to the wallet and you click on staking. You said how much you want to stake. Boom, that's it, they're staked. So it's super easy to stake. And I can tell you that the current rate is 14.82%. So they take a minuscule commission to make it super easy for those that want to stake and make it easy on themselves, because I totally realize that, having the money on a ledger key and then, connecting to Polkadot and et cetera, can be a little bit more tricky. So for the more advanced ones, that's probably the way you're going to do it and get the whole 14.9%. But for those that don't want to do it too complicated, you have that solution, which is still pretty safe. And then the least safe solution, but definitely the easiest one, is to stake, of course, on Binance or Kraken or Uphold. Those offer, but they offer lower rates. They offer about 11 to 12%, but you're staking directly on the exchange, knowing the risks of staking on an exchange, that if the exchange goes down, could be bye-bye, to the coins. So not recommended. At least do the Trust Wallet. It's a lot safer, and you get 99 percent of the reward anyway.
Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, thank you for that information, Boris. My last question for you today, Boris, is can you give us a price prediction and kind of let us know, if we should be, buying Polkadot or if we should be holding off?
All right, so never financial advice, as you know. This is what I do. So I like Cosmos and I like Polkadot. So I've bought about an equal amount of both, on the price, on the money invested. I roughly have the same number. And this is what we're looking at is we look at several projections and we work our own projection in and all that kind of stuff. So basically right now we're looking at, if we take all the different ones and balance it out, by 2025, we should be above $140 per dot. Knowing that right now we are at a 610 roughly. So roughly you're looking at like a 23x. So pretty good return for just a few years. But if you want to do and keep it for longer and keep it all the way to 2030, we think the price could be as high as about 370. So 370, even though there are some that predict that it could reach 440, but 370 is a little bit more on the average of some of the other predictions and our mix of the numbers. So that's basically a 62x from here. So awesome return, even though it's already a big blockchain and in market cap, it's already pretty big. The total market cap right now of Polkadot, it's already a $7.1 billion project. So very, very big project. So that's what you can remember, 140 by 2025 and 370 by 2030.
And one thing I want to add here, Boris, is we've got a couple comments recently on the videos, saying that, we're being, very lenient towards the price prediction. Sometimes, we don't want to go out there and, tell you it's going to the moon. We're trying to be realistic here. We do understand that there's other external factors that can happen that can make it go up and go down, but we're trying to give you guys the most accurate, price prediction out there. We're not trying to, give you guys clickbait or anything like that. So, when we see those comments, just know, we are being a little bit on the conservative side, but there's a reason behind it, because we're not trying, like I said, to give you guys clickbait or something that says to the moon, when it's not going to happen. So that's the reason we're a little bit conservative on some of the price predictions. But, we definitely, believe in these projects, and we're both invested in ourselves. So that's all I really wanted to add, Boris, to that.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, the thing is, I'd much rather announce 370 by 2030 and then we're at 600 by 2027, because it's better to have a good surprise than a bad one. I don't think anybody's going to be upset at us if it goes even beyond what we said it would. But if it's 140 by 2025, we say 140 and, it does 160, 180, that's great. But if we were to announce it's going to do 500, by 2025 and it only goes to 140, everybody's going to be like, man, this is crazy. So let's try to be, we're always trying to be more as reasonable as possible. And like you said, not too much to the moon. Let's have some realistic numbers, and already I think everybody will be extremely happy with those numbers.
Well, from my side, Boris, that's all I have for today. I appreciate it. But if you have anything else, please feel free to add it.
No, that's it for today. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we look forward to see you on the next Kryptonite video. I hope this video helps. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like the video at the end, click on the thumbs up.